back to my channel. Throughout the past year and a half, I've shared lots of book ideas and tips for read alouds in your classroom. And I've shared different interactive read alouds that I love to use, but I've never really talked about what an interactive read aloud is. We've never talked about planning for one or which books to use. So today, I want to kick off a month-long series all about interactive read alouds. Now, when I first started teaching, I would just grab a book off the shelf and that would be the book that I would teach with that day. And over the years, I really honed my practice and realized the importance and value in purposeful planning and reflecting that is involved in read alouds. I came to see how important those picture books were in my daily classroom instruction. So this month, I want to talk about how you can use them effectively in your classroom with your students. Today, we're going to chat all about what is an interactive read aloud. But first, if you're new here, my name is Sara, and on this YouTube channel, I like to share read aloud tips and book ideas that you can use in your classroom right away. If that sounds like something you're interested in, give this video a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below. Now, let's chat interactive read alouds. What are they? What is an interactive read aloud? An interactive read aloud is a planned and purposeful read aloud where students and teachers have a conversation around literature. They provide an opportunity for whole group teaching that involves all of the students. The teacher reads aloud a text and occasionally pauses for discussion throughout that read aloud. As the teacher plans for these conversations, it really encourages deeper thinking and discussion with the class. And the teacher also makes decisions on when these conversations will occur through the read aloud. And next week, we're going to dive a little deeper into that and talk more about what is involved in planning an interactive read aloud. Now, let's talk about what the goal of the interactive read aloud is. It really models the reading process. So as the teacher is reading aloud, she is sharing her thinking, what questions she might have, what she's predicting, what strategies she's using as she reads a story. And this guides students in what active thinking should look and sound like during independent reading. It develops their background knowledge and also provides vocabulary instruction through the story that you're using. This text-based discussion helps them construct meaning from the story and from their own thinking. And students are actively engaged in this whole process. They're thinking, they're sharing their thoughts with either a partner or with the whole class, and sometimes they're even jotting their own ideas down. All powerful things that they are learning to do and can then transfer into their own independent reading when that time comes. So now that we know what an interactive read aloud is and what the goal of it is, let's talk about the structure and how it is set up. There are going to be three main parts of the interactive read aloud. You're going to introduce the book, you're going to read it aloud, and you're going to have discussion about the book with each other. So you're going to start by introducing the book. Show the students the cover of the book, tell them the author and the illustrator. This gives them time to activate their background knowledge and engage them and get them really interested in the text that you're about to read. Next, you're going to read aloud the story to your class as a whole. While you're doing this, you're modeling your thinking aloud so that they can hear what's going on in your mind as you read the story. And at this point is when you're going to address the focus skills of the read aloud. You're going to make connections, you're going to identify key story elements and teach vocabulary. And then you will provide time for guided practice with your class. The third part is having that discussion. As you're modeling your thinking aloud, you're going to be asking students questions and prompting them to share their thinking with either a partner or with the group as a whole. And this gives them that time to practice the strategies that you are modeling as you read aloud. Now that we've gone through what an interactive read aloud is and how it's structured, what are the benefits of an interactive read aloud? Why are we doing them in our classroom? There are so many reasons why interactive read alouds are beneficial in the classroom. Let's go through a few of them. We are teaching kids to think by engaging them in thoughtful discussions. These meaningful conversations give students a chance to work on their speaking and listening skills. It provides an opportunity for them to deepen their understanding of different texts. And It's a way to engage in meaningful social interactions around books. An interactive read aloud shows students that while reading, they're not just doing or thinking about one thing at a time. When readers pay attention and think about the words and ideas in a text, they carry on an inner conversation with that text. An interactive read aloud also builds relationships in the classroom. It creates a community of learners with a shared literary knowledge. Teachers are reading books that students may not have the ability to read on their own, but it gives all students a chance to participate and to work together. So as teachers, we plan, read, and problem solve. We question and model what readers do, and this frees students up to really focus on the meaning of the text. So by scaffolding this reading process, we are making it accessible to all. So as you can see, interactive read alouds are an amazing tool to use in the classroom. They are such a powerful way to share books, build community, and engage students in the reading process. These interactive read alouds support the curriculum, they meet standards, and they guide comprehension. They play an important role in our everyday teaching. And they also build community and bring all of your students together. So over the next month, we are going to be discussing how to plan an interactive read aloud, how to choose great books to use, and the types of questions and engagement strategies that you can use in an interactive read aloud. But if you want to get started right away, I'm going to leave a free interactive read aloud in the description box down below that you can download and get started with in your classroom. If you have any questions so far, please leave them in the comments below so that I can address them in the upcoming videos. If this video was helpful for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below, because I'll be sharing more read aloud tips and book ideas that you can use in your classroom right away. Have a great week.